Hello everyone. Today in this lecture we will discuss about the second part of the 100 dresses. Already in the previous lecture we have studied the part 1 and at the end we have seen that Wanda Petronaski was the winner of the drawing competition. So what happened after that? So let's start. So all students of the class were going round the room to look at the drawings. During that time, a person from the office of the principal brought a paper to Miss Mason. She read that paper many times. She studied it carefully for some time. Then she clapped her hand. She asked everybody to go back to their seat. When sound of movement of feet had stopped, all movements in the class had stopped, and there was no sound in the class. Then Miss Mason spoke. She said that she had a letter from Wanda's father. She wanted to read that letter for the students of class. Miss Mason did not speak for some time. Every student was silent, tense, and eager. The teacher slowly and intentionally adjusted her spectacles. Her style indicated that she was going to read something of great importance. It was a letter from Wanda's father. When Miss Mason started reading the brief note, everybody listened with full attention. So, here is the letter that Wanda's father has written to Miss Mason. We will understand in the easy language. Dear teacher, my daughter Wanda will not come to your school. Jack will also not be coming to school. Now, who is Jack? Probably he is a brother of Wanda. We are shifting to a big city. She will not be teased there. Nobody will ask why her name is funny. In a big city, several people of different names stay. The letter was signed by Jan Petransky. And here, no more holler polak. That means no teasing. After listening to the letter, whole class was silent. Miss Mason removed her spectacles, blew air from her mouth on it, and cleaned it with her soft handkerchief. Then she again put on her glasses and looked at the students. She spoke in a very low voice. I am sure that no student of this class will intentionally hurt anybody's feeling because a name was long or strange. I would like to assume that what was said to Wanda was carelessness. That means nobody understood its impact. I am aware that we all are feeling that it is unfortunate as well as sad that Wanda had left the school. I want you to think about it. In the first period, a teacher taught the class. Maddie tried to understand what was being taught, but she was not able to concentrate. She was very upset and disturbed. It is true that Maddie did not like Peggy asking Wanda how many dresses she had in her cupboard, but Maddie did not say anything to Peggy. So she silently supported Peggy. She thought her silence was as bad as Peggy had done to Wanda. Maddie thought that she was a coward. Peggy did not understand. They were behaving like selfish persons. Peggy did not understand the effect her question would have on Wanda, but Maddie was aware that it was wrong. Maddie could imagine herself to be in the situation of Wanda. Maddie thought if she could do anything now, Maddie thought it would be good to tell Wanda that she did not want to hurt her feelings. Mary took a quick look at Peggy, but Peggy did not look at her. Peggy was probably concentrating on her studies. Whether Peggy felt bad about the incident or not, Mary wanted to do something about it. She wanted to meet Wanda Petransky. Probably she had not yet shifted to another city. Maybe Peggy will come with her to Buggins Heights. They would tell Wanda that she was the winner of the contest. She was smart and her 100 dresses were beautiful. When the school was closed in the afternoon, Peggy told Mary to go to Buggins Heights. Peggy behaved as if she was quite normal. She wanted to check whether Wanda had gone away or not. So, Peggy also wanted to meet Wanda. Mary felt very happy. She thought Peggy was always right. Mary and Peggy quickly came out of the school building and started going toward Buggins Height. People did not want to go in that part of town during month of November. There used to be rain in that area. The locality was wet and it had a dull look. Here, forbidding air means prohibited or disagreeable. Drizzly, damp, and dismal. That means rainy weather, wet, dull, or dull area. Peggy said in a rough voice that she had never called Wanda a foreigner. She had never made fun of her name. I never thought she had the wisdom to understand that we were only having some fun. I thought she was a big fool, but she can make beautiful drawing. Mary did not say anything. She wished that they would meet Wanda. Mary wanted to tell Wanda that they were sorry to tease her. The school thought that Wanda was a wonderful girl. She wanted to request Wanda not to go away and that everybody would be nice to her. She and Peggy will fight with anyone who was not nice to Wanda. Two girls started walking quickly. They wanted to reach top of the hill before sunset. Pointing to a house of white color, Mary said that probably Petransky's family lived there. Bunches of old grass had grown all over the park. The house and its small yard did not look nice, but it was clean. It reminded Mary about the faded blue dress of Wanda. The dress did not look nice, but was always clean. It looked that nobody lived there. Peggy knocked at the door, but nobody answered it. The two girls went to back of the house and knocked at the back door, but there was no answer. Now they were sure that family of Petransky had shifted to new place. So there was no scope for correcting their mistake. They turned back and slowly started climbing down the hill to return to their houses. Peggy said that now Wanda has gone away, so they cannot do anything. Additionally, when I was asking her about the dresses, she was probably getting ideas for her drawing. Otherwise, she would not have won the competition. Mary repeatedly thought about this idea because if the argument of Peggy was right, Wanda would not have felt so bad about teasing. That night, Mary could not sleep. She continued to think about Wanda, her faded blue dress, and the small house where she lived. She thought of shining picture of 100 dresses made by Wanda which were exhibited in class. Finally, Maddie sat up in her bed. She put her forehead in her hand and started thinking. This was the toughest thing she had done in her life. After a very long time, she came to an important conclusion. She decided that she would not support anything wrong and keep quiet. If she came to know that anybody was teasing someone because their appearance or name being funny, she would oppose it. She would oppose even if she lost friendship of Peggy. Maddie had no method to correct the wrong done to Wanda, but she promised to herself that she would never make anybody unhappy to that extent. In the afternoon of Saturday, Maddie and Peggy were together. They wrote a letter to Wanda Petransky. It was a friendly letter. They wanted to inform her about the competition and that she had won the competition. They wrote that her drawings were beautiful. They asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They wanted to say sorry to her, but finally they wrote only a friendly letter. This letter was similar to one they would have written to a good friend. At the end of the letter, they wrote lot of X to show that they loved Wanda. They wrote the address of Buggins Height on the envelope. They also wrote please forward on the top of the envelope. They thought that Wanda might have given her new address to the post office and people at the post office will forward the letter to Wanda at her new address. Even after many days, they did not receive any reply to their letter, but the letter did not come back to them, which means that post office people had forwarded the letter to the new address of Wanda. They assumed that Wanda was so hurt and angry at them that she did not want to reply. They could not hold Wanda responsible for being angry. Many weeks passed, but Wanda had not replied to their letter. Peggy had almost forgotten the complete incident. Maddie used to make speeches about Wanda in her dreams. She would protect Wanda from the large crowd of girls. These girls were trying to tease Wanda by asking Wanda how many dresses she had. Before answering the question, Wanda would, as usual, press her lips together. Just at that time, Maddie would shout, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed, same way as Wanda used to feel. Now, only some days were left for Christmas. There was snow on the ground. The classroom was decorated with a bell and a small tree. On the last day of school before vacation, the teacher showed a letter to the class. She had received that letter in the morning. Teacher asked the class student if they remember talented artist Wanda Petransky. She was student of this class who had won the drawing competition. She has written a letter to me. I am happy to know where she lives. Now I will send the medal to her. I want to read the letter to you all. The class was suddenly interested and listened carefully with full attention. So, here the letter was addressed to Miss Mason. So, the letter written by Wanda Petransky. So, what does the letter say? That, how do you do? And the student of room 13. Please tell girls to keep those 100 dresses with them. Because in my new house, I have another 100 dresses neatly put in my cupboard. I want to give the drawing of green dress with red trimmings to Peggy. I want to give the blue dress drawing to Maddie. I miss the school on Christmas. My new teacher is not as good as you are. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. The letter was signed by Wanda. While going back to their houses, Maddie and Peggy were holding their drawings very carefully. All the houses had put circular decoration and green grass in windows. Outside general store, hundreds of Christmas trees were displayed. In the windows, peppermints toffees were displayed. There were strings of decorative horns made of shining transparent paper. Everywhere there were decoration for Christmas. The lights were shining. It reflected in different colors on the snow. Peggy said that the letter indicated that Wanda liked us. She received a letter. Her letter indicated that everything is all right and it is good. Maddie sadly said that she hoped that Wanda had forgive them. Maddie was sad because she would never meet that girl from Poland who did not speak. Maddie will never be able to remove the misunderstanding between herself and Wanda. Maddie reached home. She put that drawing with the help of a pin on the wall. The wall had torn all papers. The wall paper had pictures of pink colored flower on it. The ugly room started looking beautiful because of a brilliant drawing. Tears came to her eyes. She could not see clearly because of tears. She looked at the drawing for a long time. Then she quickly rubbed her eyes and studied the drawing carefully. The colors in the drawing were so bright that she could hardly notice the face and head of the drawing. But the face looked like her. Yes, it really looked like her own face. Maddie thought why the drawing looked like her own picture. Wanda had actually drawn this drawing for Maddie. She ran to the house of Peggy. She asked Peggy to look at her drawing. Peggy asked Maddie what was the reason for coming to her. They walked to Peggy's room. Drawing made by Wanda was lying on her bed with its face down. Maddie carefully picked up the drawing. Maddie told with surprise that Wanda had drawn face of Peggy in the drawing. The face and the head looked like Peggy. Peggy told that probably Wanda actually liked us. At last, Maddie agreed that Wanda must have liked them. She removed tears of her eyes by repeatedly closing her eyes. Tears used to come to Maddie's eyes whenever she thought of Wanda standing alone in the sun in the schoolyard. The girls used to laugh at Wanda after listening that she had 100 dresses. Wanda would look at the laughing girls calmly and without any feeling. She had said, sure, 100 dresses of them all lined up. So, this was the chapter. Hope you understood it properly. Thank you.